Digital scans of archived materials are provided with a small fee. There is a fitness center next to the student union. Optional tutorials are offered in the final week of a term. The office opens on Monday and Thursday following the freshman seminar. Calcium's nutritional value enjoys growing popularity every year. All laboratory equipment will be provided in class. During the examination, electronic devices must be left to the supervisors. Today we have a guest speaker who is visiting from Canada. It is a debate about the value of knowledge. You may not manage your time well without a reading list. Your term papers should include current social issues. It took 3 years to make the football stadium. You may not be allowed to read any book without the reading list. A few journalism students need to read the school newspaper. The residence hall is closed prior to the academic building closing time at the end of the semester. Even the most motivated students may need help to choose their careers. The lecturer is here to visit us from Canada. Consumers are better informed today because of the internet. Many students are now studying science, technology, engineering, and maths. Every year, more and more courses become available online. We encourage students to complete applications before the deadline. You may not arrange your time when reading the text. You do not need to be encouraged to be a hero. Visual aid is really helpful for revising. Before choosing your university courses, you should consider your future career. Keeping organized class notes makes study time more efficient. We no longer respond to any postal reference requests. Please make an appointment with your tutor about work. We have a lecture on the morning of Thursday. Close the door behind you when you leave the room. Foods containing overabundant calories supply little or no nutritional value. Thousands of people turned out to be at the presidential address. New media journalism is an exciting area of study. Members should make concentrated contributions to associated operating funds. The key witnesses of the event are the factors of your convention. Scientists can develop new elements in the laboratory. Many university lectures can now be viewed on the internet. When the roots of a plant failed, foliage suffers. A new collection of articles has been published. Calculators allow us to add numbers without making mistakes. Linguistics is the scientific study and analysis of language. The audition for the university choir will be on hold on the next week. The farmers need to adapt to the changes in the climate. The history course is assessed via 3 written assignments. Students should leave their bags on the table by the door. Salt is produced from the seawater or extracted from the ground. Your ideas are discussed depending on your seminar or tutorial. Honey can be used as food and health product. The course involves pure and applied mathematics. Many universities' lectures can now be reviewed on the internet. The year when the ship of artifacts was wrecked interests historians. The stock market redesigned the market throughout the world. Sugar is a compound which consists of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. The garden behind the university is open to the public in summer. Tutors should set a clear goal at the start of the class. These leaflets can be really useful when you are revising. The department has a higher than normal proportion of postgraduate students. Students who study overseas can significantly improve their work chances. Strangely, people are impacted by spontaneously using statistics. Research shows that exercising makes us feel better. In this book, the author discussed the role of cultural differences. Understanding how to use the library will save your time. To gain full marks, an appropriate bibliography is required. The timetable for the new term will be available next week. The time of the math lecture has been changed to 10:30. The essay will be published once the research is finished. The curriculum needed to be adjusted for development. Textile manufacturing plays a large role in improving economies. Students are encouraged to monitor their own attendance. Remember, the prestigious section has strict eligibility criteria. Practicing time-restricted eating a few times a week can be both feasible and healthy. Nurses specialize in clinical work and management. Let me give you an example to explain what I mean. Lectures are the oldest and the most formal teaching method at universities. I will come back to this in a moment. He was not the only one to call for a legal reform in the 16th century. A demonstrated ability to write clear, correct, and concise English is bigotry. Academic problems cause a rise in employment. Graduates from this course generally find jobs in insurance industry. The full list of undergraduate programs can be found on the website. Accountancy students need to submit their dissertations this week. You will study 2 core and 3 optional modules. Many experts think that the world climate is changing. Plants are living things that can grow on land or in water. Listening is the key to succeeding in this course. Writing an essay is easy once the research is finished. We have not yet achieved equality in our society. The most popular courses still have a few places left. Equality has not yet been achieved in this society. The author's early works are less philosophical and more experimental. Students must pass all the qualifying examinations. Students are advised to use multiple methods for this project. Some economists argue that the entire financial system is fatally flawed. Please note that submission deadlines are only negotiable in exceptional circumstances. Peer group pressure has a great effect on young people. It is really a comprehensive program comprising both theory and practice. Economic streams of the early Roman Republic will be examined. Daily practice can build confidence and improve skills. Convincing evidence to support this theory is hard to obtain. And in that regard, as well as in other regards, it stands as an important contribution. All the educational reforms have been inadequately implemented. All dissertations must be accompanied with a submission form. Please confirm that you have received the textbook. Despite their differences, all forms of life share the same characteristics. A person's educational level is closely related to his economic background. Student representatives will be visiting classes with voting forms. Law is beneficial to investors by protecting their rights and avoiding any improper actions in the market. He wrote poetry and plays as well as scientific papers. The scientific beneficiary of space exploration is frequently questioned. Some students find true or false questions harder than short answer questions. Students requiring an extension should apply sooner rather than later. The article considered the leisure habits of teenagers in rural areas or places. The other book is not thorough, but it's more insightful. All students are expected to attend 10 lab sessions per semester. The project is divided into 4 main sections. Philosophy uses logic and reasons to analyze human experience. Americans have progressively defined the process of plant growth and reproductive development in quantitative terms. The campus tour will help you to get familiar with the teaching facilities. Water taps on the campus will discourage the frequent use of plastic bottles. Please remember to bring a highlighter to class next Wednesday. The technician left the new microscope in the biology lab. The introduction is an important component of a good presentation. The assessment of this course will begin next week. Studies show there is a positive correlation between the 2 variables. Enrolling in a second major will increase the career option. The ability to work with fellow students cannot be stressed enough. Experts are able to forecast weather for a long period. The marketing budget is doubled since the beginning of the year. Although sustainable development is not easy, it is an unavoidable responsibility. The course will help students to improve their pronunciation skills. You will acquire new skills during your academic studies. Sea levels are expected to rise during the next century. In addition to class requirements, students must pass qualifying examinations. The exam system has been upgraded due to professional exams. The dance department stages elaborated performance each semester. Many birds migrated to the warmer area for winter. It is being made to reduce harmful emissions. The Earth's atmosphere is mostly composed of nitrogen and oxygen. Manufacturing now brings more people in than agriculture and fishing combined. Organizational failure is considered from various perspectives of academic literature. The faculty staff are very approachable, helpful, and extremely friendly. Farming methods around the world have developed greatly in recent times. Poor posture and neck strain are more common among office workers. A new camera can identify your eyes and focus on them. Recession triggers creativity and high rates of entrepreneurship due to past experience. The posters are on display at the larger lecture theater. Please click on the logo above to enter the site. These 3 separate resources are not enough for this assessment. The department will continue to offer 3 new scholarships next year. Doctoral writings have the structure in place as well as scientific papers. You will be tested by continuous assessments and examinations. Traffic is the main cause of air pollution in many cities. Carbon dioxide is the main source of greenhouse gases that cause climate change due to human behaviors. It is doubtful whether projects can be finished this week. The fellow students cannot be addressed enough. Technology has changed the media we both used and studied. You need to hand in the essay next semester. Geography is generally divided into 2 branches, human and physical. A good architectural structure should be usable, durable, and beautiful. All lectures and learning materials can be found on the internet. Cells are the basic building blocks of all animals and plants. The tutorial timetable can be found on the course website. Some people are motivated by competition, while others prefer to collaborate. Your ideas are sophisticated in seminars and tutorials. You must set a security question when resetting your password. Time and distance are used to calculate speed. They developed a unique approach to training their employees. There is no economic recognition that borrowing is necessarily bad. There is a widely believed perception that engineering is for boys. There is a pharmacy on campus near the bookstore. There have been long streams of extreme weather since human history. The untapped potential for using the sun's rays is phenomenal. The university has invested in new technology designed for learning. The terms illness and disease are confusing despite clear differences. The summer school allows some students to accelerate their studies. The professor took a year off to work on her book. The poster of this play is hung in the large lecture theater. The plight of wildlife has been ignored by many developers. The new media has transformed the traditional, national boundaries. The massive accumulation of data was converted into a communicable argument. The lecture tomorrow will discuss educational policies in the United States. The key witnesses to the event have conflicting recollections. The history of this university is a long and interesting one. The history department is very active in research. The first assignment is due on the 14th of September. The cooperator operates a continuous assessment. The commissioner will apportion the funds among the authorities. The business policy seminar includes an internship with a local firm. The archaeologists' new discoveries stand out in previously overlooked foundations. The amount of time spent on configuration varies considerably. Students who attempted to go to the conference must register now. Students have the option of living in college residences or apartments. The student shop has a range of stationery. Strong liner is used to measure distance and baseline. Speed is defined as how fast a person or an object moves. Request for late submissions will not be accepted under any circumstances. Important details from the argument are missing from the summary. The vocabulary with particular meaning is jargon. Read the safety instructions before using any equipment in the workshop. Radio is a popular form of entertainment throughout the world. Protective clothing must always be worn all the time. Packaging is very important to attract the attention of a buyer. Our laboratory equipment is provided free of charge. More research is needed before any definitive conclusion is drawn. More graduate training is needed after the university study is finished. Momentum is defined as a combination of mass and velocity. Members can contribute to the Association of Operating Firms. Medical researchers have focused on different causes of diseases and treatments. Mechanical engineering has become predominant since the Industrial Revolution. Measures must be taken to prevent unemployment rate from increasing. Many diseases on the list have been eradicated. Making a mistake is fine, as long as you learn from it. Make sure you choose a course that provides you with good career opportunities. Lecture outlines are available on the college's internal website. Journalism faces the crisis in the light of the digital revolution. It might not be possible to solve the problem easily. Every student has both the right and the ability to succeed. International exchanges form the important part of our study program. Industry experts will discuss the job opportunity in an automated workforce. Imported packages are likely to be used in many computers. If finance is a cause of concern, scholarships may be available. He was regarded as the foremost economist of his time. He has landed a job in a prestigious law firm. Graphs and charts allow data to be more easily understood. Good nutrition is crucial to general health and vitality. Every student has regular meetings with his or her personal tutor. Economic development needs to be supported by the government. Consumer confidence tends to increase as the economy expands. Communication skills are significantly important in recent years. The castle was designed to intimidate both local people and enemies. Calculators may not be used during the examination. Before submitting your dissertation, you must have your application approved by your advisor. Artificial intelligence has made significant progress for the last few years. Archaeologists discovered tools and artifacts in ancient tombs. All of your assignments should be submitted by next Tuesday. Academic libraries across the world are steadily incorporating social media. A very basic definition of computing is counting and calculating. A party was thrown in the small meeting room. A laptop computer has been found in the biology lab. The university provides excellent leisure facilities for students and staff. Human beings compete with other living things for resources and space. The economic predictions turned out to be incorrect. We study science to understand and appreciate the world around us. A celebrated theory is still a source of great controversy. This is an integrated course with several main elements. Trees benefit cities by soaking up rainwater that runs off roads. The famed instrumental work exhibited a more demure compositional style. The chemistry building is located near the entrance of the campus. It is absolutely fine to acknowledge all your sources. The railways made long-distance travel possible for everyone. The nation achieved prosperity by opening its ports for trade. Good research delivers practical benefits to real people. Tribes vied with each other to build monolithic statues. Clinical placements in nursing prepare students for professional practice. Native speakers are exempt from language tests in their own language. Assignments should be submitted to the department office before the deadline. We can't consider any increase in our prices at this stage. This morning's lecture on economic policy has been canceled. The city's founders created a set of rules that became law. The synopsis contains the most important information. The collapse of the housing market caused the recession. The department is organizing a trip to London in July. Climate change is now an accepted phenomenon among reputable scientists. Scientists are always asking the government for more money. The application process may take longer than expected. Those seeking a formal extension should contact their faculty for information. The ways in which people communicate are constantly changing. The same issues featured in both explanations of the problem. Our professor is hosting the Business Development Conference. Undergraduates may pursue specific interests within certificate programs. The qualification will be assessed by using a criterion referenced approach. An aerial photograph was promptly registered for thorough evaluation. Student identification cards will be issued today and tomorrow. This slide shows that there has been minimal growth.